What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the... We got another video for you guys. We're going to talk about Hall H, San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Marvel finally dropped everybody's panties up. So this is going to be a long video. Prepare yourselves because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes.
So we're going to jump right in. We're going to start off with... We're going to talk about Phase 4, but we're going to start off with the Disney Plus aspect. Okay, so basically, just to give you a rundown, Marvel is considering these Disney Plus TV shows as part of Phase 4, which means they're directly going to affect and tie in the MCU, which means they are part of the MCU.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Because with the Netflix versions of whatever the Defenders that they had going on, I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
Those off the table.
Yeah,
scrapped off.
There's
no way that Daredevil's going to show up. Yeah. I mean, they could, maybe.
No,
maybe.
They didn't say that Daredevil. It's like that version of Daredevil is not going to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
It's done. That
I
Netflix
feel like
universe
it's
is
done.
dead.
Yeah.
Netflix
I mean, even with the
universe is
multiverse, I feel like it's done. But
definitely.
It's really cool because it extends story.
Yeah, it gives them a lot better spacing out too, right? They don't have to rush to release a lot of movies when you can have these sort of series to kind of, give you something to watch in between, right? But at the same time, it's giving you something important, something with substance, character development. Yeah. It's an MCU
and
movie.
We're gonna talk about that once we get into it. But I mean, the first one that's coming out, I think it's what is it?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes, and we're looking at the
we have the whole Phase 4
here.
slate here, and we'll pop it up here, guys, for you guys to see.
So the first one that's coming out, well,
yeah, it's
as the Disney Plus series, it'll be Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I guess we got a lot of info. I mean, we've got confirmation that Anthony Mackie, which is Sam Wilson, the Falcon, will be wearing the Captain America costume in this show. They don't say when or if he's going to start the series off already as Captain America. Maybe it's slowly him developing. Yeah. We also have confirmation that Baron Zemo will be the villain for the show,
and he'll be wearing his iconic costume from the
purple mask. Yeah. So if you know Baron Zemo, if you guys don't remember, he's from Civil War. He's the one that basically made Tony kick Captain America's ass.
Yeah.
And then,
he was the villain.
Long story.
he was like the villain without being the villain, really. It's like everybody was more focused on the story between Tony and Cap.
So I mean, cool. It's taking place directly after Endgame. It's I think when is it? It's slated to come out.
Well, it's 2020.
Fall 2020. Yeah. So next year.
Next year. Around. Yeah.
And I think they kind of described it as a buddy cop film. It's gonna be like a buddy cop series, cracking jokes, and it's probably not gonna be too serious. I think the Russo brothers are producing. They're not directing. They're producing, so they're gonna have some input. Given that they're really big on the whole Captain America mythos, and they kind of established that sort of universe and storyline, right? So I think it's gonna be an interesting.
And I think all these Disney Plus shows are gonna be between 8 to 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be something.
And they're all gonna be high production value.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Feige already stated, like they're putting some money into these things.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a movie.
Yeah.
Just cut into 10 pieces, I guess.
Yeah. So that's fall 2020 for Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and then we have 2 films slated right after that.
Yeah, which we'll talk about. In the second. I mean.
And then we have. WandaVision coming up next.
That's spring 2021.
Yeah, spring 2021.
So WandaVision, confirmation that WandaVision takes place after Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to explore why Scarlet Witch is called the Scarlet Witch. So we're going to get a lot of background story about her character. It's going to also delve into her relationship with Vision.
Yeah, which it's weird because Vision at this point is dead.
Yes.
So I guess maybe the first couple of episodes is gonna be called Wanda.
Yeah.
Right.
But
the Vision won't come back. Come into the second part of this show. But it's it's gonna be crazy to.
Yeah, we haven't got any plot. They didn't announce any plot information or anything. Just basically like a brief consensus on what the show's gonna cover. But
Who's
a
big
villain? I think the villain they even didn't announce.
No, they didn't. Yeah, exactly. So we're still almost 2 years away.
So this one might just be like more of a filler, right? It's still MCU related. It's still going to be high production value, but it might just be filler until you get to that next MCU movie. But big announcement by Kevin Feige for this show is that this one will lead directly into the Doctor Strange sequel, which we'll talk about later.
Yes.
So, and how that's important and how this plays into the.
To give them a little bit of a little. I mean, the timetable's here. Yeah. Right? If it falls into Doctor Strange, it's because I'm pretty sure that WandaVision's going to end. And then Doctor Strange comes out, which is May 7, 2021.
Yeah, and it'll kind of pick up right after.
Boom, right? Yeah, exactly. It'd be right there, and I think it's a great follow-up.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about Doctor Strange right now because the title's crazy.
Yeah. The next Disney Plus show that we have, spring 2021 as well, is Loki. So Loki, we have confirmation that it takes place right after the scene where Loki makes off with the Tesseract
and disappears.
So basically, we're gonna find out what the hell this guy was doing the entire time
during that time period. Because I mean, remember, this is already a
this is like a deviation. It's a branch timeline, right? Yeah. This is an alternate reality. It's not the present MCU. It's not post Endgame MCU.
No, it's not the continuity that we know right now. So at this point right now, besides if you've seen the Phase 4 Phase 4 timeline, with this you already know that the multiverse is already out there.
Yeah, definitely. Right? I think, and I mean, for a lot of people disappointed that Far From Home Spider-Man, if you haven't seen it, that they were bluffing. I told you guys, like, it's gonna happen. Like, they're still gonna do it. It's not just a name drop. Marvel never just drops a name and never follows up with it. They always plant the seeds and they always follow up with it. So we're definitely be seeing that.
Peter already knew.
Yeah,
he gave you a whole explanation of what multiverse was. Yeah. So they know. We know it exists because he knows what it is.
Yeah. So I think it's just the way they're gonna approach it. I think they're just playing it kind of coy.
We'll talk about it right now. About
the next Disney Plus series that we have is What If, summer 2021. So basically, this is solidifying that the multiverse is gonna happen because this whole show is about alternate realities, right? If one little thing changed, how would that universe, how would that reality branch and change differently, right? So some of the episodes that we have, explanations about or brief descriptions is I think the first episode is going to be Peggy Carter actually becoming Captain America, and by the way,
this is going to be animation.
Yeah, this is an animation, but original voice cast.
Yeah, but remember, this still ties into the Phase 4.
So it's still part of the MCU.
Yeah.
So they are going to get the original cast members. So it is going to be Haley Atwell doing Peggy Carter. It is going to be Samuel L. Jackson doing Nick Fury. Unfortunately, no Steve Rogers. I think Chris Evans wasn't on there.
I don't think.
And they released a picture on who's coming back, and we'll post that here as well. But definitely no Robert Downey Jr. He's definitely done.
The dude's out.
Yeah, he's definitely done, man. But yeah, so it's basically going to just see different alternate outcomes of what could happen. So Peggy Carter becoming Captain America, Steve Rogers becoming Iron Man. I think Loki, who actually becomes Thor, I think is when they actually give Loki the Mjolnir, and basically they're just gonna do so many weird stories, and I think it just sounds so awesome, man.
And I mean, these what ifs are basically right. I feel like they're right after Endgame. Yeah. In between Endgame and at the end of Endgame. Why? Because we know that Steve Rogers went back.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's going to touch upon.
Yeah, definitely. And then they lived a long life, and maybe during that time period, Bucky was Captain America, Peggy Carter was Captain America, and then when Loki picks up the hammer, maybe Thor lost it in that time period where he was fighting I don't know what. Maybe Loki came in and he was like, you know what, you ain't working no more, I'll take it. Whatever the case may be. But I feel like everything, all these shows are going to be between or at the end of of Endgame.
Yeah, they're all going to reference the implications of Endgame, right? Well, basically what happened or what's going to happen, whether it references it or
wouldn't it technically Endgame be the point where all the branches open?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I feel like the what if would come in and shine some light.
Yeah, so Endgame is basically like the central hub of the multiverse now. That key moment is what defines the other alternate realities, right?
And I mean, the what if might be an animation right now, but they could lead up to maybe Disney Plus shows, or maybe a movie,
live action or something. Yeah. Maybe we'll see. For the last Disney Plus series for Phase 4, we have Hawkeye, which is fall 2021.
Yep.
Which we didn't get much information as to who the villain is or anything. We just got basically confirmation that the show's premise is going to be Hawkeye, which is Clint Barton, Jeremy Renner, training Kate Bishop. We didn't get any casting announcements for who Kate Bishop will be, but
we don't need them. I mean, what is it? Fall 2021.
Yeah, it's fall 2021. So which just means it's probably still in early production phase right
probably
now.
Won't even start shooting till the end of next year.
Yeah. Another thing too, going back before we end this Disney Plus part of the video is they cast. I can't remember the actress's name, but they did cast an older Monica Rambeau. If you don't know who Monica Rambeau is, she's the daughter of Captain Marvel's best friend in the movie, the little girl who helps Captain Marvel design her suit,
and she becomes Captain Marvel.
Yeah, in the comics she becomes Captain Marvel, or her, I think Photon or some Proton.
Oh yeah, something like that.
She becomes a hero basically. So I think they're gonna go this route because they just casted the adult version of that girl. So she's gonna be in WandaVision. Why? I have no clue why she's doing in that show. But expect her to get some powers, man. I really do think she's gonna.
The potential for everybody to show up. Even Captain America.
Yeah, definitely.
A little piece here and there from anybody from the original movies. It's really great. Besides Tony Stark.
Yeah, the team of possibilities are crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But that's our Disney Plus sort of cut of the Phase 4 segment. Now jumping into our actual MCU films, right? Which we got some doozies. So let's just jump right in. The one that everybody knew about already. We've already had production leaks and photos. Black Widow.
Yep.
So Black Widow, we already have confirmation of the cast. It is David Harbour. It is Florence Pugh playing Yelena Belova. David Harbour will be playing Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, yeah.
It was basically the Soviet Captain America. If you guys don't know who Red Guardian is, which is fucking awesome. I think that's sick. I do expect David Harbour. He did look kind of thin and kind of more leaned out. If you see the pictures at Comic-Con, which is crazy.
Plus, the what's his name, the Guardian, Red Guardian. He's not a slim dude.
Yeah,
he's a big ass.
He's bulky.
Bulky as hell.
Swole.
So David Harbour, you saw him do Hellboy.
Yeah.
And his Hellboy wasn't that bad. The movie sucked, but his Hellboy wasn't that bad. So
his Hellboy wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
That's not.
It was the movie. The movie.
Yeah.
The movie was a problem. But here, I feel like he's gonna do a badass job as Red Guardian.
Yeah, I think it's all. As for the movie, like we said, we had called it, and I told you guys they were gonna show some sort of footage. They have already had footage ready, and they're gonna make casting announcements. So we did get confirmation that Taskmaster is the villain in Black Widow, which we had
already speculated.
Yeah, we speculated that a long time ago. We got some footage leak. We had, if you guys haven't seen it, there's a description online of what they showed. They didn't release it to the public, unfortunately. But just a quick description of what happens. Basically, Black Widow, it's showing quick scenes of Budapest and scenes from the Avengers movies, and she's just basically referencing what she lost, kind of how she like her line in Endgame. She's like, I never had a family before, and blah blah blah. Then it cuts to a scene of her fighting Yelena Belova, who, if you don't know, is another Black Widow, who's being played by Florence Pugh.
Which are the set photos that we got leaked.
Yeah, those set photos.
The very first set photos that got leaked,
and then I think we also get a quick cut of her sort of confronting Taskmaster, and I think that's when the big reveal was made, that Taskmaster is
and it seems like all these leaked pictures that we got is pretty much what the
footage,
footage that we
because they just started production 2 months ago, so or not even probably a month ago.
No, plus the movie comes out in May 2020.
Yeah, so it's still early. It's still early in stages. It wasn't nothing big. There was no big spectacle.
And we shouldn't expect nothing big because this movie takes place right before Captain America.
It's taking place Civil War and Infinity War.
Okay,
part of the movie.
Yeah.
So this is remember this, guys. It's part of the movie is going to take place in between Civil War and Infinity War. Part of the movie is going to take place in Budapest when Black Widow and Hawkeye first meet, and then part of the movie is going to be sort of the
beginning,
the kind of, I think it's like the beginning of
Black Widow,
of her a prequel type thing, right? Of how she became Black Widow and all that stuff. So it's going to do a lot of time jumping, right? It's just basically developing this character of Black Widow, who she was, who she became, and what she was doing in between those Avengers films. Right?
Plus, at this point, we know that Black Widow died.
Yeah.
But we don't know if Scarlett Johansson wants to keep being Black Widow, because with the multiverse open, there's a huge possibility for her to come back. Maybe it's a different character, emotional character, I guess. But, her still being Black Widow.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be the same person in every multiverse. It's going to be the same... Well, it's going to be the same person, but it's not going to have the same personalities.
It's not the same Black Widow. Yeah, that's what we're saying. But, just knowing that Yelena Belova's in this movie, it's probably going to be passing on the mantle.
The mantle, yeah.
The Black Widow is going to probably be this new Florence Pugh's character, and probably that's who we'll see as Black Widow in the MCU in the future. So, that's Black Widow coming out May 1st, 2020. The time release date might change. They always change these release dates whenever they do these timeline announcements, because maybe they want to release it earlier, a little bit later.
Well, it depends when they finish.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah.
The next big movie that's coming out, something that we already knew that was in the works, The Eternals. And like we stated in our previous video, we finally got a full casting announcement, and no, Millie Bobby Brown is not in the movie.
Sad.
Damn it!
I really wanted her to be there.
Yeah, it would have been awesome, but maybe. And I think part of the issue, it hasn't been officially confirmed, but I think part of the issue was scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
The movie's Eternals is starting to film at the end of this year. Which
they have to.
Yeah, if you know, so is Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah.
And Millie Bobby Brown kind of has to do Stranger Things season 4. So yeah, she probably just didn't have the time for it, which sucks. It would have been awesome to see her in the movie. I think she would have did great.
I'll put the cast here.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only one that I know.
Yeah, we know is Angelina Jolie
and
Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Brian Tyree Henry's in it as well. If you guys don't know him, he was in Chucky. He plays the cop, the sheriff.
Oh, that's right.
He's also in Atlanta. He's a really good actor, man. He was also in Into the Spider-Verse. He plays the dad. So
that's right.
yeah, he's really good, man. The cast is top notch. They also got I can't remember the Korean actor's name, but he's actually a really good actor as well. It's a very diverse cast, and you can tell Marvel's kind of playing into this. This next era of Marvel movies is going to be very diverse, very inclusive.
Which they had already mentioned.
Yeah, it's going to have, you're going to see every race represented, every gender, every sexual orientation. That's even becoming a big thing for the future movies, which it's okay. Like, it's not something, I think it should be something done in good taste. When you start promoting it and releasing press releases, like, oh, we're going to have gay characters in this movie, like...
It feels more like a money grab.
Yeah, you're reaching.
Yeah.
Okay, like, yes... It's important to have this sort of inclusivity, and people do want to see that. But when you start gloating about it, it's a money grab, man. And you start like Captain Marvel can be gay, but that shouldn't be important to her character, right?
Yeah.
Her being gay or being a lesbian or whatever you guys decide to approach it. Same thing with Valkyrie. That shouldn't be important to who the character is, right? Because the character is about more about what they've experienced and what they've gone through.
Yes.
Versus just saying, oh. She's cool because she's a lesbian.
No, that's
you should automatically like her because that's not the thing.
No, she should already be cool because she's technically the first queen of Asgard.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Which is I mean, at the end of the Thor movie,
and also
Endgame? It was like it's like, oh crap, what the hell's going on with Thor? And Valkyrie is just, she has a fucking Pegasus. What do you care?
If you didn't want, she's a badass, man.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she's people thought she was badass before she even was announced to be LGBTQ. Like, it has nothing to do. Like, people are gonna like these characters. Yes, they can be, sort of this representation. Like, you can tell us their sexual orientation, but it has to be done tastefully. Think about how Maya Hawke's character in Stranger Things was brought in, right?
Beautiful.
Robin. It wasn't. You didn't see Netflix saying, "Oh, we're gonna have the first gay character in Stranger Things. Prepare." Yeah. No, it was just sort of brought into the story, and it kind of just blossomed out.
Developed,
and the way it was executed was beautiful.
Beautiful, man. That scene was beautiful.
It wasn't such a big thing, but the big reveal and how they sort of incorporated it to her character and how it affected her personality was awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, in the show, she's already a badass.
You don't need to promote that.
No,
you just implement it into the story to where it makes sense. Yeah. So, Marvel already doing this sort of, promoting that they're trying to be inclusive, and this it's just money grab, right? Yeah, we need people to like us. Let's start casting diverse and all this stuff.
It feels like all they're trying to search for is that money.
Yeah, so I mean, just make good movies, man, and I think people will go watch them. Nobody's gonna really care if somebody's gay. Like, it's not gonna make them not. If the movie's good, then that's all that matters. Yeah. Like, you grow to like that character. I mean, that's
The Eternals looks. We don't know who they are. We didn't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy was. But this movie's starting to be shaped up as probably.
Yeah, they have a star-studded cast, man.
Yeah, great.
You got really good and. Not only is it diverse in terms of like race and who they got, but it's diverse in terms of the talent, right?
The talent, yeah.
You have Angelina Jolie, who's top notch.
Yeah.
Kumail Nanjiani, who's on the rise. He's really funny. If you haven't seen Stuber, go watch Stuber. It's actually really funny.
Yeah.
You have Brian Tyree Henry, who's actually really good. If you haven't watched Atlanta, check out Atlanta. He's actually really good in Chucky. I actually watched Chucky last week.
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek, who's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not like Salma Hayek, man? So Richard Madden's actually really good. He was in Game of Thrones and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's something that can be great, right? It can be really good because we don't know these characters, so we have nothing to be mad about.
Yeah.
Oh, they fucked them up. Like, it's
oh, and it seems like this movie, The Eternals, is gonna be taking place with the Centennials.
The Celestials.
The Celestials. That's what it's called.
So basically, the creators of
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel, that whole universe and. We might even get a young Thanos in the movie because Thanos is actually a part of these Eternals. He's one of the Eternals.
Yeah. So the way I understood this is that there's 3 types of people in the Marvel universe. Yeah. There is
Celestials.
The Celestials, and then there's the Eternals, and then which are humans with powers.
Yeah.
And then there's regular humans, which is
the Celestials
are the gods.
Eternals are demigods.
Demigods, yeah, and then there's
humans.
and then there's the trash.
Yeah.
Which is like monkey looking.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, that's what it seems
Trash
like.
pandas.
Yeah, but I mean they have some kind of intelligence on their side, but they're not fully developed. So maybe we'll see the evolution process with the Eternals,
I think this
or something like that.
This is really cool because now Marvel can delve into the history of the MCU, right?
Yeah.
How it was established, why Thanos became the Mad Titan, and all this stuff, right? So I think this is really cool story content that they can get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Eternals. That's coming out November 6th,
Yes.
2020. Also expect that date to change. I'm pretty sure I expect it to be pushed up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Specifically because of how tight I'm pretty sure those schedules are for those actors that they have.